Someone in this room said, I don't give a about your business, I don't give a about you, and I don't give a about mental health. I sat for an hour and spoke to this gentleman privately. He was not the gentleman I knew. He was a happy-go-lucky guy. This guy was broken. Since then, the business that he has, which I can tell you now is 3 doors from here, when I was speaking to him, he wanted to sell his other business, which is further up the other end of town. You may be getting the gist of who this person is. He was broken. I said, how did it make you feel? He said, I felt alone, I felt intimidated, and I felt lost. I will come back to that word, lost. He said to me, I am going to sell everything in this town and I am going to move on. He only visits this town now probably 4 hours a week. He used to be in his other business every night of the week. So what my point is that one person I see was bullied, and he was bullied out of this town. And I know Councillor Dale has alluded to somebody else seemed to be bullied out of this town. It goes on. The thing is, it seems to be the same cell of people. The 20 stories I could tell you tonight, some of them will break your heart, that I've had in private messages. People post anonymously because they're scared. They're scared of the intimidation, they're scared of backlash, they're scared of a lot of things. But what they all find most difficult is they feel lost. They feel lost in a town, they feel disenfranchised by a town. These 20 people are too scared to speak. The person I am speaking about would not attend here. He used to come to council meetings, he does not anymore. He hardly comes to attend. My question is, Andy, and all I want is a simple yes and no from you. Do you perceive what happened to him as bullying?
Yeah.
And can I ask, I know this is not really allowed in a council meeting, could I see a show of hands, or could you ask your fellow councillors if they could show a show of hands if they perceive that as bullying?
And can I ask a quick question first?
This is public participation. I've got to direct to the chair. I don't actually want to hear what you've got to say. You didn't want to hear what I had to say.
No, my question's to the chairman. Andy, my question to you is, how can you make that determination without speaking to the other person allegedly involved?
The other person I speak on their behalf.
Hang on. Or without having witnessed it yourself? Because
his name's Raj Islam. Would you like me to get him on the phone? And he can
I said my determination was on the basis of what I've been told.
There you go. Thank you.
Hearsay.
Hearsay.
Well, it's hearsay.
I'll go back to again. This was heard by a lot of people in this town, and I didn't believe it at the time, which is why I asked him directly.
What Richard has just told me could be a complete work of fiction on the basis of what I've been told. Sorry, let me finish, please. On the basis of what I've been told, whether it's a fiction or fact, that determines my answer.
That you would perceive that.
I don't know whether that's fact or not, but whether that's fact or fiction, that my perception of that is that it's bullying.
Well, maybe next time people on this table go for me, I'll ask that person that question.
And I will come in there, because the person that he is speaking about is myself, and I will own that. And I will own that I had a disagreement with Mr. Islam, and I will own that I did swear, because I did. However, that is not the version, and I'm trying to actually find a message in my long spiel from Mr.
Sorry,
Islam.
can I just stop you, Sam? Hold on. This is public participation. If you want to say it, if you want to use up the public's 10 minutes, which you normally do.
It's not being used up. It's not being used up.
But it is important, because I have
it is important that I've asked that question, because I was asked it by a business owner to ask.
Right.
I'm sorry you disagree with that, Sam, but that is right.
I just told you I swore at him. I did swear at him, I will own that.
Why?
Because,
Why did you shout and scream in the
I
middle of
wasn't
town?
shouting and screaming, there was two people. There was Mr Gerald Pearce that was there, and there was Grace from the hideout. Actually, Grace said that I didn't do what you are describing, but you can, and the reporter can go and speak to Grace. It was a private matter. Me and Mr Islam were friends. I will tell you all what happened. He came to my business at 8 o'clock on a Friday evening, wanting some help launching his business. I was the only member of staff working. My husband, a firefighter, had just returned home from a shower and required a shower because, you know, often he comes home quite dirty. It was my granddaughter's 3rd birthday. I was the only person working. I had a musician playing. I addressed Mr Islam. I even bought him a drink. I tried to have the conversation that he wanted to have, and I couldn't. So actually I addressed him to Taylor, who went into the side room for half an hour on her daughter's birthday and discussed what he wanted doing. The next thing I know, apparently I've been disrespectful to him. So when I was entering this building one day, the day that he was going around town telling everyone I'd been disrespectful to him, and he was a 50-year-old businessman and didn't take disrespect, I tried to address the matter with him as he scurried past. And if I could find the message that he sent Mr Broom to apologise to me on his behalf, but I can't find it, I will share that message with you.
Martin Broom.
Because that comes, yeah, he sent it to Martin Broom because him and Martin Broom are quite close friends, and he goes to Martin Broom's house once a week, brings him cakes back from London. Quite regularly.
Well, maybe Martin could ask him the question why he doesn't come to Attleborough anymore.
So, but I can't find it, but I will find it. So anyway, as I was trying to get in here to help set up the book sale, he came out of the shack, and I said to him, Marge, please don't scurry past me when you've been running around town all day, slagging me off to anyone that listens. And he went, you disrespected me. And there was a heated discussion. I said to him, we've been friends for nearly 30 years. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? We've been friends. When you had an issue with your licence at Carlbrook, I asked what the delay was on your behalf. I helped you with all of that. Whereas you disrespected me. He was very much the fact that he wouldn't get up, that I disrespected him. And I said to him, no, I was busy. It was a Friday night at 8 o'clock. And if I come to the Rose of India at 8 o'clock on Friday night, he was the only person taking orders, delivering curries, taking phone orders for takeaways, waiting tables, being barman.
So why did you make the three comments to him that were heard in the square?
Those 3 comments never happened. I will tell you what I said to him. If you want disrespect, I'll give it to you. You're a short, fat, there's disrespect. That is what I said.
I think we got the gist of it, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Not the mental health.